be joyful? Well, we've left verse 13 of 1 Peter, and we're going to 14 to 16. And I want to read it to you in just a moment. Let me tell you, though, where he's going. He's going to continue his imperative statements, pushing us forward. It's almost like you could look at him like as a powerboat pulling you out of the water, on a ski, or just as someone who's helping you along behind, but with a very firm push on the back. Just, you can do this. This is what it looks like. This is where we're headed. So come right on along. Let me read it to you, 14 to 16 of 1 Peter. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in conduct, since it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. I mean, what an amazing passage, and something that I think all of us have heard before and have wondered about. It's fully charged. I mean, this is loaded with information and things to think about. We're going to break it out over the next few sessions. But 4 main parts that he's going to bring out. He's going to bring out the idea of obedience. Obedience as children. And he's going to say you have a choice. You can choose to live in your former ignorance, or you can choose holiness. And so this idea of holiness is something we need to talk about. And then we need to see what that former ignorance, that conforming to the world would look like. So if we choose holiness, we're headed in one direction. If we choose to conform or to reject holiness, and we're not being transformed into the person of the image of Christ, but we're being conformed into the image of our world. And I think all of that is contained in here. We're going to break it out as we go forward. But Peter's really taken us up and in. He's giving us this aggressive intellectual stance, this hope in Christ that we're supposed to have. And then he says, all right, now choose to be holy. Leave this stuff behind. Move forward in Jesus. He's pushing us along. But let me give you a couple of ideas to think about in a journal. I would take this passage and just write it out, outline it, think about it. What are your observations? It's really a powerful and important verse for setting us forward in our walk with Jesus. What challenge in it do you see as the hardest? Is it being obedient like a child? Is it leaving behind former ignorance and immaturity? Is it moving towards holiness? What are the things within it that are challenging to you? And what do you see as your next step? Where do you go after you read this? What do you see? What do you hear God calling you to? So think about that stuff. We'll get back together again. All right. Bye-bye.